Right, if you remember the last video, the problem with the oil getting absolutely baked by the new exhaust manifold. Now that is going to be looked at, as in I've got some DEI titanium wrap, so basically the manifold's going to come off, so the video I've done the other day will prove useful if I'd forgotten, but seeing it's only 2 weeks since the last done it, I've got to do it. Anyway, here's the cooler I got. So it's a Davies Craig transmission oil cooler. So I've done a bit of research looking into this, getting one that was the right size and the right type of core, so similar core. So you see it's got the edges there. What I'll do is I'll get the HKS one. Bear with me a sec. So that one alongside is the HKS one, just above it. So HKS one is about roughly half the size. It's slightly thicker, but I think the Davies Craig one is going to make more of a difference, mainly because it'll also be placed in the airflow just down here next to the intercooler. So it's got included in the kit, let's have a look. This is the 267, which is 17 rows I believe, and in the kit you get pretty much everything you need. It supplies some hose, which is handy, and it's also got these cable tie style mounts. So my plan is to mount it behind the intercooler, behind there, and using those cable tie style mounts I should be able to get two below there out of shot and two up here out of shot, so you won't see it from the front of the car. And also I've got some rubber spacers to space it off. So I'll have a go, see how easy this is. Hopefully it'll be straightforward. I think it's going to be close in terms of mounting holes being in the right place, but the only way I'm going to find out is by trying. So I will crack on. And just while we're here, before I crack on, here's the DEI tape, and basically the one I looked at, the exhaust wrap, is titanium based. Well, it says titanium, it's probably a brand name, made out of some lava derived rock or something like that, and it's up to very good for high temperatures, so fingers crossed it'll go on and last a good few years. In terms of price, I think it's 65 quid for 50 foot, I think it is, and you get the cable ties with it, so not cheap, but then if it does the job then it's worth it. And my mindset is, I did originally think about the turbo blanket, but for the supercharger, and I thought, well no, because all I'm doing is moving the problem, and ultimately the problem is the heat, and if that heat starts affecting the ABS, it's going to damage the ABS ECU and components, and then I'm going to have more costly repairs, because if you look, there's not that much clearance between the two. There's the main unit there, and then there's the exhaust, so this whole area is going to be getting hot. So if I knock the heat on the head using the wrap, then I've done myself a favour anyway. And adding the additional oil cooler, or better oil cooler, is not going to do the supercharger any harm in terms of longevity. I mean, it's done 3 years, but that's the first time I've ever had it spray oil out, so it must have got pretty hot during my run. So yeah, sorry about that quick distraction. I will carry on. Right, made some progress. That wasn't actually as painful as I thought. So what I've done is, the bottom hose, which comes from the charger, goes to the bottom of the cooler, and then this top hose that goes to the reservoir, that will go to the top of the cooler. As you can see, it's just sitting there, and I've been a bit lucky. The measurements were pretty close. As you can see, the only clip you can see is just this little one here, but it's not being funny. From that angle you can't see it. It's where the cooler's slightly on the piss. So all I've got to do now is fit this hose, or cut it to size, fit it, and then fill the charger bottle up. Luckily I got some spare oil. Good job as well, it cost 200 quid. And then hopefully just a case of running the car. Won't really have to worry about priming it, because obviously the charger sucks the oil out the bottom of the can into the charger, so the air is going to be on the output side of the charger, so the air is just going to get pushed out round into here, and then hopefully we'll have plenty of fluid left in there. So we're nearly done. I didn't bother using the spacers in the end. Main reason being is they supply you some quite nice foam spacers, which will probably do the job. These are what I was originally looking at doing, these little rubber spacers. They're 10mm, but yeah, I didn't need those. I didn't realise the kit came with some quite hefty spacers on its own, so I'll get this last hose connected up and then give it a start. Right, so with the engine running now and the cooler's all bolted up, see all the hoses are on. Still a bit of oil, but can't be helped. See the oil there flowing nicely. And I'm just going to run it for a little while, try and get all the air out. I think I'll probably have to suck a bit of fluid out. I filled it up quite high, I didn't anticipate quite how little would actually be in the cooler. But, I'll leave it running for a bit and see how we get on. Right, so done a bit of a test run, as in run the car up. All good, no leaks. There's a bit of oil down the bottom. See if I can shine the light down there. That came out of the hose, the top hose, when I was trying to push it on. It's bloody tight. You might just be able to see down there, there's a bit of oil. Hoses, they're 9mm, so to push them over a 10mm was quite difficult, but all good. This is how it looks at the end. Just that tiny one there, which is nothing. I'm not fussed about that. I mean, actually probably from that angle you won't see it. You'll only see it if you're looking at it from above. And I did notice as well, when the engine was running, it seemed like the oil was flowing a lot better. So when I say flowing, I mean it returns through this pipe here, and to me it seemed like there was more flow coming out. So I don't know, maybe the old cooler can be restrictive over time, I'm not sure, but yeah, the new one seems to have done the job. I can just move down there, you can see, get that out of the way, you can just see that it's slightly spaced off. They're the foam inserts that came with the cooler. The cooler, by the way, was £110, so not cheap, but Davies Craig have got a good reputation for making good products, so I thought, you know, rather than buy some cheap, it's probably made in China anyway, but some cheap rubbish from elsewhere that might leak, I'll get something decent. We've got plenty of airflow. If you look at it, the air will be going through the intercooler, and then through this area here is where the oil cooler is, so plenty of airflow, and should do the job. And there's no risk of me damaging the intercooler with these clips. These bar and plate intercoolers are solid chunks, they're not going to get damaged easily. So that's another job done. Hopefully next video will be me sorting out this mess with the exhaust manifold. I might do that tomorrow, I'm not sure. I might as well. It's off the ground, the car, so it makes sense to get it done then. So yeah, next video I'll be cracking on with the exhaust manifold wrap. Thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed this.